Hi, my little art fan. Welcome back to an artist journey series. In today's video, I'll be discussing why it is important to understand foreground, middle ground, and background. But before we do that, make sure you give this video a like, comment, and make sure that you have subscribed so that way you can be a part of the art fam. And turn on notifications so you won't miss a video that I upload. Now, today's video, I have a special guest, which is my cat Luna. This is where I got my YouTube name, Miss Lovelunasky, and so I love her to death. And so I just thought I'd share, my cat in this video. So the first reason why it is important to understand foreground, middle ground, and background is because this will help you execute observational drawings or landscape drawings. This is the only way to understand how distance is formed in an artwork. Number two, in a future video in this series, I'll be discussing perspective and proportion, both of which requires a basic understanding of foreground, middle ground, and background. Also, keep in mind that as we progress further into the series, each lesson will be more complex. The third reason why it is important to understand foreground, middle ground, and background is because this will help you further develop a keen eyesight of which object is closest to you and which object is farthest away from you. Number four, to understand composition in your artwork. Now, the definition of composition is basically a placement or arrangement of objects in an artwork. Number five, foreground, middle ground, and background will help you create focal points in your drawing. So, for instance, right, if we take a look at this diagram right here, you will notice that your eyes will immediately draw to this direction and to this sphere. That is because of the composition in my artwork. Now, in order to do this, right, in order to create foreground, middle ground, and background, is that with foreground, you have to make sure that the object is closest to you and is the biggest one to you. So, for instance, this sphere is the biggest one and therefore is considered foreground. Now, the background, what makes this look like it's the farthest away from the other two spheres is because it's the smallest sphere. And a middle ground is just middle ground, not too big, not too small. But, like I said, immediately, what I had mentioned before is focal points. So now, what is a focal point in a drawing? Well, like I said, focal point is where your eyes are drawn to in an artwork. So for instance, the way that I place my spheres, it draws you towards the sphere right here. So it is basically going in this direction. You see? Now this could be considered the how effective using foreground, middle ground, and background is, but I want to show you this art piece right here. I know I'm a little bit of a show off, but that's okay. So for instance, for foreground, the foreground in this image is this female on top of a cliff, and the way that the cliff is arranged makes this dragon look farther away. Now, even though that the dragon is the biggest one in this drawing, I made sure that the way that the cliff is arranged, that it gives a sense that this dragon is a little bit further away despite its size. Now, so that's why this is considered the foreground, and this is considered the middle ground, okay? And in the background, I know that you can't really distinguish it too much, but I was trying to create a forest in the background, some sort of right here. So yeah, so the forest is the background. And in case you're wondering what the dragon is really holding, I made this artwork last year, and basically what the dragon is holding is a gemstone called black tourmaline. And I actually have this gemstone right here. This is black tourmaline that my art teacher gave me last year before I graduated. And that's what inspired me to do this painting, or not this painting, sorry, this drawing. And this drawing is made out of Conte crayon. That's the medium of it. So like I said, I hope this video was helpful for you. Make sure to comment down below if you liked it, or if you have any questions, and I'll make sure that I respond to those questions. So, like I said, I'll be going. I'll see you whenever, Monday or Friday, depending on when I upload this. But like I said, Mondays and Fridays is when I'll be uploading. Okay, bye, my little art fam.